I feel like we are the true custodians of this home. Like, we're constantly maintaining it, whether it's our stupid Trolson refrigerator that's like 30 years old, or replacing the decks. There's endless things to do. I think for me, what makes this house a home is all the things that we've collected together that are in it. We've created all these spaces to have family and have these different moments, and so we have all these new traditions in this house that we never had before.
I also think it's just the sweat equity that we put into this, just the time and the thought and everything that we put into the home just makes it feel so much more.
It feels very on brand for us, like our son especially. I can't imagine him growing up anywhere else.
We've made a space where people can gather and where we can make memories.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story. I'm Allison Kenworthy, the founder of Homeworthy, and we take you inside the world's most beautifully decorated homes and introduce you to the brilliant people who live there.
Hi Homeworthy, I'm Liz Lang. Welcome to Grey Gardens.
Click the join button below to access all of our latest episodes ad-free and watch extended cuts of this and other homes, opening the doors to new rooms and exclusive content featuring our beloved hosts.
I can't wait to see, I'm so excited.
And if you're looking to shop items inspired by this and other Homeworthy tastemakers, be sure to use the product links below or scan the QR code on screen to find fabulous furniture, coffee table books, and accessories that can transform your house into a home.
Hi Homeworthy, I'm Chris.
I'm James, and welcome to our home in Easton, Connecticut. Come on in. I'm James Veal.
And I'm Christine Stuker.
And we are principals of Stewart-Schafer, an interior design and architecture studio here in Connecticut.
And you are at our home. We were living in New York. I'd been there 17 years, and we were looking actively for, a special home. We decided that we wanted to move a little bit outside of the city and commute for work if we had to. And we were laying in bed one day. We'd been looking for like 3 years.
A long time. And we were kind of torn between Connecticut and upstate New York. I know upstate's quite trendy, especially now, but we were drawn more to Connecticut because it had just more...
This was pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. It just had more infrastructure, just in terms of schools, hospitals, and everything was... there's good infrastructure here. And
but we found this house. I found this house.
Chris found the house.
On my phone in
bed.
bed.
To remind everyone.
Yes, I found all of our homes.
She found them all.
And I reluctantly showed James because I knew that this would be like his one true love. And once I showed it to him, I knew there was going to be no turning back. And so I waited on it for a minute, and then I got excited and I showed him anyway. And we literally went up the next day and we made an offer on the spot. So we knew, it's like when they say when you fall in love with the person, when we came into this house, we knew immediately. We just looked at each other and we knew. The house needed a lot of love, and we were the right people to take it.
Yeah.
Like we didn't make major structural changes. Like, we really kept it true to what the original architect did, and just sort of softened the space and change the materials, but all the windows we had to replace, all the screens. I mean, we've done a ton of unsexy work to this house, like plumbing and HVAC, and that's, nobody wants to do that. But to buy a home like this, you have to be willing to maintain it, and we've really prided ourselves on sort of bringing it back to life. And
we love it. It's just
it's your one true love. That's what my whole family says. This home is James's first love. I'm his second.
But it's a lot, you know, we've got 18 acres and it just comes with a lot of upkeep in that, you know, it just takes a lot out of you in terms of like, I mean, not a lot, I mean, it's enjoyable, it's definitely, we definitely love the home, so we definitely take really good care of it. Welcome to our home. This is the entryway right here. Chris, anything to...
Yes, we have no closets, as you can see. So we had to do all this custom millwork we designed to create storage. We have a lot of things. We also use this lovely elevator as a coat closet.
Yes, it's we'll need it when we get older, I think, but for now it's our coat closet.
Yes.
So we bought the house pre-COVID, and you know, I think we were the first people to walk through the doors, and we immediately...
We fell in love with
I
it.
don't think I even looked around the whole house before I told the broker that we'd take it. You know, we saw the potential in the home, you know, being designers. We knew immediately that there was enormous value in the bones of this home, and just the landscape, where it's positioned, the privacy, there's just so many facets to it that we were drawn to and knew we could make something really special here.
So we've just been chipping away at it for the last, 6 years?
Yeah, bit by bit.
Bit by bit, you know, we're doing the renovation right and taking our time. You know, we've restored all the windows, which is not an easy task. We refinished the floors. They were really old hardwood and not good hardwood. And we have a big dog, and I'd like to get more big dogs. So we found this micro cement artist, I will say, and we decided to try that out before we start using it on all of our clients.
Micro cement is great. It's very popular in Europe. It's becoming trendy here now, but you know, they apply it 1/8 of an inch thick. It's bulletproof, floors, walls, everywhere. It's incredible, and
it completely transformed the space, though.
Totally.
Yeah, so we love it, and it really leans into sort of like the simplicity of the house, and it's all about the line of sights within the home and the marriage of the different materials. And so as we walk through, you'll see more of that. So we have very different styles in terms of design and aesthetics. James is very linear. You like very straight lines.
Minimal, clean, contemporary.
Yes,
everything has to make sense dimensionally and symmetry, and
very black and white.
Yes, okay.
Where I like organic, asymmetrical, you know.
Texture.
I love texture is so important to me. So you know, we kind of combine those two, and that's sort of
the secret sauce. You have to be careful not to get caught up in trends.
You know, we're big drinkers. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
Moving to the suburbs will do that to you. We'll do that to you.
We had it in the city, but we needed a bigger bar. So we built and designed this bar, which is great.
Slash coat closet.
Yes, closet and bar. It's just filled with alcohol.
Ooh, that's embarrassing.
Below, above. And we have a martini or a cocktail.
Sometimes.
Every day.
Yeah. All right, I'll tell you a little bit about this bar. It's Rift White Oak, has a water-based finish. It looks very natural. We're very much less is more in terms of design philosophy, so we used just 2 materials here, just the wood and the stone. The handles, you can see, are wood. Very ergonomical, the way we hold them and pull. We did, you know, we've done many projects.
You did many designs
with
of that.
Wood handles, so we've done so many samples in terms of how they feel on the hand. But yeah, well made. You know, we do solid edging all the way around, 1/4 inch solid edging. So this should last for a very long time.
And you hit all the HVAC
one of the
vents.
Design problems was HVAC. We had vents underneath here, so we had to hide all the vents, which we did successfully. Added some lights and backlighting to illuminate the stone. This is looks very good at night. But Chris, the stone, honed, east edge, nothing crazy. But
and that's something that we sort of bring throughout the house. Like the material palette is very cohesive throughout. You'll see.
Yeah. Yes, we haven't got
our
a lot
color
of,
palette, our materials. We keep it very consistent to sort of have the flow be more natural.
We had to stay true to the house.
Yeah, the
number
home.
one.
The home is really. It's got its own identity, and like again, we're sort of the custodians of this.
With any project you do, including this art home,
Yeah.
you have to listen to the soul of the home, like what the original intent was. So we kind of really listened to the soul and kind of worked with that, and then made it our own. And in terms of style, what would you say?
I think we're, you know, we really care
Modern,
about,
mid-century
no,
modern.
it's very bespoke. Like everything that you see has been curated. Everything that's out is purposeful. Every piece we've chosen and has a story.
We have, like Chris said, we have fireplaces, wood fires that we snuggle up around. It's very comfortable and clean, and
But that's our style. I
yeah.
mean, I think understated elegance like really sums it up, and we don't want it to feel like a museum. You know, we were able to use some of the kind of museum quality materials, but we wanted a space to feel warm and inviting, and I think we've achieved that. All right, so this is our living room. I feel like we spend so much more time in here now that we've sort of reconfigured the layout of the furniture. These pieces have been with us for a decade now. So I talked a little bit about these chairs. I got them in an auction from Holland. That sofa I love, but I do not suggest that anyone with dogs and children get a white sofa, but we can manage it. You know, this is a B&B Italia piece, and I love it. It's come through three different.
Yeah, how long has it lasted? Many, many years.
We've had this sofa 15 years, and I don't think you would even know, but I love it.
Yeah.
And all the pieces on this bookcase, they're all books that we've picked up through our travels, objects that we've found throughout the years. We always bring something back when we go away.
Yeah.
Like we bought these beautiful vases. James found this artist in Rome on one of our trips, and you just wandered into a studio.
I just saw this doorway open, and I looked in the distance. There was a potter on her potter's wheel, and I was like, oh my goodness! So I just strolled in, and you know, we convinced her to sell us these vases, and they're beautiful.
But yeah, so everything in here is very, very curated, and it feels to me, I still think it's very comfortable. Like we spend so much time in here. Our friends come over with their kids.
Yeah. I'd say it's probably the most dramatic and striking room, just because of the double height and the glass. The fireplace is wood, so we do have a nice cozy fire at night, and you cannot replicate, or you know, that wonderful smell of a wood burning fireplace in the
While
winter.
you drink a martini from our
or an
bar.
old fashioned, depending on what you're into.
Yeah. But yeah, it's awesome, and we have, you know, we can stroll right out to the patio or the deck.
Yeah, we have this
wonderful, a lot of wood,
elongated deck right here with a fire pit, a gas fire pit, and it's, you know, you really feel like you're in the woods when you're out on that, and it's
this
just
house is like geared up for entertaining.
a wonderful way to spend an evening with a bottle of wine and friends out on that deck.
This is a sore point for me. This piece of art I made, and I said to James, it is very narcissistic to have your own artwork in your home, but James insisted that we put it there. I
think it works so well there, and also I love that, you know.
I made this when I was in college, so many, many moons ago.
Yeah, I love it.
But yes, that piece is, mine. I still make art for specific clients and occasionally for us, but I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know how it's going to go. I just sort of let inspiration take over, and this is an example of that in my younger days. But yes, there was no specific subject, and it has no title. Well, we changed the fireplace from gas to wood burning, and then I think when we redid the floors, it just made a crazy transformation to the space in general. They were really dark. They were orange, and they were really scratched up.
Yeah.
They were really dated hardwood floors. I don't think even sanding them would have made this much of an impact as the micro cement does.
One interesting thing we did change, which had an impact, and this is just furniture arrangement, and this is a great, I guess, design tip when you're thinking about arranging a room or doing a living room. Originally, our white sofa back was here, facing this way here, and we had these leather chairs over there. And it was very beautiful still, and it looked great, but for some reason it didn't get as much use as it does now. Now that we've changed the orientation of the sofa,
It's more
the
communal.
flow of the space is a lot more open,
Yeah.
and people tend to meander in, and now everyone sits in here whenever they come in.
Children that we don't want sitting
So
in
that's
here.
a great example
Yeah.
of the layout of furniture and how that will impact how you interact and move within a space. So just moving a sofa 90 degrees just had a dramatic impact to the way people
For
use
sure,
the space.
for
So,
sure.
yeah.
We work from this table constantly. We have an
Yeah,
office, but
laptops.
this is where I like to work from.
It is nice.
There used to be a wall here.
Not a
which-
wall, there was a kind of a
it was a
spa,
wall.
there was like a small structure, yeah.
It was a wall.
Kind of. It was and it wasn't.
And so, all this lighting, it was here, and we didn't have the heart to take it out. It's very unique. I've never seen anything like that. I don't know that I love it, but we're keeping it.
Mm-hmm.
This piece is one of my favorite things we found on a trip to London. It's by an artist named Victor Passmore, which he was an architect turned artist, and I feel very connected to that because I have the reverse situation. So, we ship this back, and we take it everywhere, every house we've moved from. It's like one of my favorite things that we own.
Yeah.
One other thing I want to mention is, speaking of the wall here, the kitchen, when we first moved in, we wanted to blow this wall out, open everything up. Everybody's obsessed with this open plan, and we were too at first. But as we've lived here, we really love the fact that the kitchen is a separate room and we can close it off. It's something that I feel like the original architect, it was a really smart design. And so just goes to show that, living in a space, you learn about the home more, and it may change how you feel, from your initial design thoughts. So this is a great example of that.
Yeah.
This table is an oak table. It's called the Gather table we got from Design Within Reach. We really love this piece. It's traveled with us as well, hasn't it? This was in Brooklyn, and
This was in Brooklyn. Yeah, we brought it from Brooklyn.
Yeah, so again, just goes to show, like, you buy good quality pieces that are simple, and you can transition them into many different styles.
Correct. We were dating, I'm so bad with timelines, by the way, but at the very beginning, I don't know, like 18 years ago, whatever. When did we start Stewart-Schafer?
In 2009.
Okay,
Right?
so long time ago.
Is
We
that
basically, I was in New York working my job. I was doing production, and Chris was working for Betsy Johnson at the time. Is that right?
I was doing retail design, so I was with John Barbados, and then I was at Betsy Johnson. And when I met James, I had just left.
Yeah.
And so I was looking for another corporate design job.
I always had the intentions of doing, a business of something. I said to Chris, why don't we just try and do our own thing? And, we were lucky enough, that Chris had a few contacts, and we picked up a job straight away.
But
we really
we were
hustled.
very good at complementing where one was weak, the other was strong.
Yeah.
And, I'm a creative. I was an artist. I had zero business sense when I met James. I still don't really care about running the business. I like to do the creative, fun stuff. You're very good at
I enjoy the business
managing
stuff.
all the chaos, and we complement each other in that way, and it works.
We really love doing residential projects.
You can just make such an impact
so rewarding.
People's lives.
Oh, yeah.
You're like working with people that have saved for years and years, and this is like the biggest thing they've ever done financially, and so we really love, and we feel blessed to be able to like help people through that process, and I think it's like super rewarding.
We're a purposefully small studio, so we don't have a ton of employees. We keep it small, so we are
tight.
Heavily involved in every project, and we've just carved out this great lifestyle where we just pick and choose the projects that really resonate with us, the ones where we can really resonate with the client, and we can see that we're going to add the most value, and we're just lucky that we get to do what we love in life.
And be together.
And be together.
Okay, so the kitchen.
Where should we start?
It was also a labor of love. It was terrible when we first moved in.
Very 80s.
Yes, there was glass tiles. The counters were a granite.
Yes.
The floors were
Green.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, it was really bad. So
80s.
Yes, but the bones of it were amazing, and the cabinetry, like, is so old. It's German.
We were thinking, should we
Got
rip
it.
out and do new, or should we work with what's here? And it's actually testament to good craftsmanship.
100%.
These cabinets are from 1984, and they were very well made. Also, solid edging, you know, dovetail joints, extremely well crafted, and
All the appliances are also original. They're
Yeah.
all Gaggen, but
Gaggenau, but
Gaggenau,
back
but-
when it was made in Germany, you know, and not now where, you know, appliances are made not to last as long. Now, you know, this is bulletproof. But you know, it's testament to good, you know, good craftsmanship and doing things right. You know, sometimes we have clients, you know, in our field that they want to try and save money and be very budget conscious. But
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you know, if you spend money in the right way,
well,
you know,
less
things
is more
last.
sometimes. And we kept all the key components. Like this is a single piece of rolled stainless steel. And yes, it wasn't my favorite, but the amount of effort and money that they spent to put this in, I couldn't rip it out. So
Yeah.
we kept it, and you know, we found the things that were working,
Right.
and then we built upon them. So
Yeah.
we added different backsplash. We changed the floors.
Changed this
We
island.
changed the island countertop,
Yeah.
and you know, we changed the faucet. But we tried to work with the aspects of this kitchen, you know, that we thought were working for the space.
And one of the nightmares we had was our fridge. This fridge,
The Trollson.
the Trollson from 1990. You know,
commercial.
They don't make them like this anymore, and you know, we've just been. Should we get a new one, and should we not? But
I mean, we've
it's
spent as much as like a used car on this thing.
yeah, we've kept it.
We are not opening it.
Oh, we're not opening it. All right. But yeah, we kept it. So we've got all the original appliances, all the original cabinetry. We just updated some of the surfaces.
Just to make it cleaner and more, you know.
Oh, we also updated the lighting as well. The lighting was quite dated, so we put some more trimless, contemporary lighting in the ceiling. We updated this
we
here,
created
the
a
coffee
bar.
station.
That's
We're
cool.
very
Big
into
coffee
our
drinkers.
coffee, like I think most Americans. I am English.
You know,
I should be drinking tea, but I've been here so long now. I'm now officially Americanized. I drink coffee quite frequently, so we have this nice little coffee station here, which is
Everything.
I love. Yeah, this is a nice coffee machine. I like it.
Yeah. This kitchen does get a lot of use. We have an
Yes.
8-year-old son, so we make many meals and breakfasts and school lunches. We take turns cooking.
Yes, we are good like that. We have a week each.
Yeah, but
So-
I'd say this is not the heart of the home for us, which is very rare.
I don't know. I'd say it's a joint with the family room. I would say.
We sit a lot out in the living room
Yeah.
is our real communal space, and on our deck.
But we hang out. We spend a good amount of time in here.
I guess we do. We do hang out in here a lot.
Yeah, breakfast and dinner and everything.
And with guests. And we have a lot of friends over, yes. We like to entertain, hence the bar and the regular cocktails.
Yeah.
James is like very, very well known for his beef Wellington, which is to die for, and his paella.
I do a good paella. That's true.
And other than that, like we cook every day. So we eat out a lot, but we cook all week long. We take turns, and we love it. The biggest mistake that we see, you know it, is people just hire a builder and then they just try to tell them what they want. And there's no accountability. There's no one thinking about all the details. Whether you hire an interior designer or an architect, just at least get one of them.
Or somebody like us that does both.
Yes.
That's the way to go.
There's huge jobs that we get brought in on at the last minute because they only hired this architect. And they're building these monstrosities, and none of it's thought out. No one's thinking about how the sofa is going to fit in the room. And they have this enormous dining room that makes zero sense. Like, you need somebody that's thinking about everything.
Yeah, I think, you know what, that's actually really, Chris is right. I was actually thinking specific tips, but hire a professional, because the reality is you don't know what you don't know.
It's like
and when it comes to this world, there is such a steep learning curve. I mean, we've been through it all. If you're going to hire somebody,
No, you should hire somebody.
yes, to do that, I'll give you some tips on how to
Can you
hire.
stop putting your hand in my face?
I'll give you
It's
some.
so
So
annoying.
when you hire somebody, I would say, first of all, find somebody or a company or a firm or a studio who've got a good body of work. I would say make sure that they also have a body of work that resonates with you. One thing that I would say is very important when you compare different, architects or designers is ask to see some examples of their deliverables. And what I mean by that is, what are they going to give you at each phase of the project? Like, what does a concept look like?
Right.
What does a schematic design look like? What does a final set of drawings look like? All that stuff's really important, and you can compare those, and see what each person delivers. We've had people come to us halfway through a project and it's going completely wrong, and we see the deliverables that have been,
they're like
delivered, and it's
2D
just
floor
terrible.
plans and-
So you really want to see what you're going to get. That's really important. In fact, we just had a client the other day on our call. We asked him, what do you want to get out of this process? What are you looking to achieve? And he's like, I want to enjoy this process. That's the most important thing. And
no one
and I was
thinks
like,
that.
you're approaching it correctly.
Yeah.
It should be enjoyable. You've saved up all this money. You're building your dream home or doing your dream addition. It should be enjoyable.
Yeah, it should be exciting and
Yes,
fun, not
yes.
scary and
Yes.
I don't know, negative.
There are top tips.
Those. All right, so this is our family room, and when we first moved in, it was just an empty box. There had no purpose to the space. We didn't
Nothing.
really know what to do with it, so we took some time, many drawings and back and forth, and then we landed on making it like a proper family room.
Yeah, the brief was we wanted a room where we could all hang out at the same time, whether we're watching TV or sitting by the fire or reading a book or whether we're out on the deck. We just wanted an area that
It's
was
multi-purpose.
less, just a bit more relaxed and a bit kind of, multi-purpose. And we nailed it. We all hang out here when we have family
most
here.
used room.
We're all in here.
We designed all the millwork.
We switched out the fireplace that was there for this European one, which basically, has been wonderful, heating the space. It's very cozy in the winter.
We had this custom armadillo rug made, which I love. And
Do you
this sofa.
Do you want to tell the story about the sofa?
Oh my God. We knew we wanted a double-sided sofa, but it's almost impossible to find one in America.
And also, the really good ones that we did want to get were so expensive. It was just too precious to have in a room that we knew that kids were going to be jumping over it and having food in here.
We didn't need two crazy expensive sofas. So we went to actually the Design Within Reach outlet, and they had all these pieces to this mag sofa by Hay, and they were all done in muslin, and they were white, and they were supposed to be used for their photo shoots and their catalogs because then they could change the color.
Yeah, they were white, so they could Photoshop the different colors.
But who could, they weren't finished in a way that anybody could use them. So I negotiated with the sales girl, and I was like, they're taking up your whole showroom. Like, sell them to me for dirt cheap. I obviously have to reupholster them. It's going to cost me a fortune. She was like, okay. And what did each piece we got for like $150?
$100, something like that.
Something crazy. So then I had the task of finding out how much it would cost to reupholster them. It was insane. So we went round and round, and I ended up hand dyeing each and every piece over 4 days.
3 days.
Out on the deck by myself.
She did great.
And I mean, we love it. Like it's not precious. The kids spill on it, they jump on it, but we live on this thing. And, someone can be laying down there enjoying the fire, someone else is watching TV. We really, it fit the space perfectly. And the fact that it was such like a labor of love to actually make it makes it that much better, you know?
True.
But yeah, this is the most used room for sure.
So for the one great great feature of this home is the lines of sight and the way that the ceiling is continued through. So, you know, you look at these beautiful exposed beams here, which are not your typical exposed beam in that they're more contemporary and finished rather than like that kind of rustic one you often see. But they carry all the way through, and it carries your eye through, and it also carries through into the next room there. And that's, you know, a feature of the home that's throughout. You'll see a lot of these beautiful exposed wood beams and this wood ceiling that's carried through, which tricks and carries your eye into other spaces. So I think I mentioned during the first interview, there's always a line sight, or there's always a view that's, you know, surprises you, and it changes throughout the season. So, and you know, this is one of them. Just looking down this hallway and these beautiful beams, it definitely catches your eye.
Come on into our bedroom.
One thing to note about the design of, like, in this area behind here, we have closets, Chris's makeup area, and a bathroom. But what's clever is that we've kind of haven't done a full height wall here. We've kind of left it open. And that tricks the eye and gives the feeling that this space is bigger than it is, which is just a really clever design trick, I guess, that we use in quite a lot of our designs, actually.
But all of this is new. We've
Yes.
renovated this entire room.
Rift white oak paneling, which is grain match, so the grain, you know, sequence, you know, it all gets picked so it all matches, and we have this
All the millwork, all the doors.
secret little.
That's my purse closet.
That's Chris's purse closet. Can't go in there.
All this furniture we got from Design Within Reach, which is amazing. They have such a great amount of options and brands that they carry that are either contemporary or true mid-century. So we love working with them. We love the bed, super comfortable. This room is honestly one of my favorites in the house. I spend a lot of time in bed working, looking at things on my phone. But I love this bed, and you know, I love all of the combination of pieces that we got from Design Within Reach. They have such a great variety of contemporary and mid-century pieces. So I mean, we furnish this whole room with their pieces, and we love it. We have a lot of wild turkeys. My son likes to grab feathers.
Talking of your son.
Yes.
Or our son, sorry. He made this, which we love.
we like to showcase this.
It's beautiful.
But yes, a lot of these pieces and books are from our travels. The little white vase up there, I think we got on our first trip, like
Iceland.
Almost 2 decades ago.
Was it Iceland?
Yes, in Reykjavik.
Reykjavik.
But yeah, so yeah, there's this stuff special to us. Not that it's all beautiful, but
we always try, and whenever we travel, we always try and pick up something, just something as a marker for our travels, something that's, you know, invokes memories and makes us think back.
We love ceramics, we love art, and I mean, we have endless ceramics and art throughout the house, as you'll see, and this is just a great way to display some of it.
And just to be clear, I have no part in curating this. This is all Chris. I'm not allowed to touch it. If I put anything of mine on this shelf, I'm in trouble.
Well, your camera's right there.
I've got my camera, that's it.
He likes to put used drinking glasses and his cell phone and wallet, and you know, it's not for his personal items. He has this beautiful bedside table that he can use. So.
Also from Design Within Reach.
No, don't say that.
So we do have blinds. We don't really need them because we don't really have any neighbours and no one can really see in, but it's more just for, you know...
it's for me,
for Chris, for the morning and light. But yeah, they're automatic, and just because, I don't know, it's just easy when we wake up to you know, have them open automatically, but I can open them for you if you'd like. Hey Siri, open blinds in the master bedroom. Yeah, we built all this, we built the wood soffit here, and we installed these blinds, and it just, I guess it's just nice to kind of block out the sun. And also, when there's a really bright moon, sometimes at night we need them. But, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, we don't use them that much, actually.
No, we don't really have many neighbours, luckily, peeking in.
We don't have any.
Any, actually, yeah. So I think one of the great things about this house is how different it is throughout all the different seasons.
For sure.
And that not just in terms of like the foliage changing colour and the winters and the snow and then the spring, but also just the change in the sun and the light throughout the home. Every season has a different, you know, effect in the home.
And it changes the mood in the house. So when it's like now, you know, you get a lot of the green reflected back in, but in the fall, you know,
Very
all
rare.
the browns and
Yeah.
the reds come through, and it definitely gives a different vibe to each room in the house.
And
It's
we
kind of
get, and the
incredible.
light's a lot lower right now, so we get a lot more light cast in here. And what's also really clever about the design of this home is that the sun tracks through here, and in the summer all these leaves come out and act as shade, so we don't get much solar gain, which is great. You know, with all that sun coming in, it would be like a greenhouse. It'd be very expensive to cool. But luckily all this foliage here and these trees, they shade. And in the winter they go, and then we have the low light, and it actually heats the home. The sun comes through, and we want that solar gain to heat the home, which is great. But yeah, we've got the elevation here is wonderful. We have this beautiful hill down here that goes down.
And the stream.
We have a stream to the left here, which isn't flowing right now because we're kind of a little bit dry. And then we go through down there, and you can just get a peek of our pond down at the bottom there, which is great.
Travel is the biggest influence. You know, we go on big trips every summer to different locations throughout Europe, and I think it's just so inspiring. Like just seeing the different architecture, and you know, America is relatively young, so you know, when we travel through Italy or France, like just seeing the materials that they work with, England especially. I feel a lot of influence from England going into different spaces in London and Cotswolds and things like that, and seeing how their use of color and wallpaper, like you guys are just fearless in those regards, and I find it very inspiring. And but yeah, I think travel is my biggest source of inspiration.
I think travel as well. I'd probably agree with you.
Television.
Yeah, TV.
I'm just kidding.
I feel like retail, you know, we were so heavily in retail early on, and we did a lot of, you know, very high-end, and you go into these high-end retail stores, they're very, you know, ahead of their times in terms of design and, you know, where they use materials. So, you know, a lot of
Retail's changed a lot. You used to see a lot of more like destination locations, and
they do it on the higher end now. They still got that, but just
I don't know. We're getting off topic.
Yeah, but inspiration-wise, I mean, we're constantly, you know, we have a lot of great magazines, and you know, we read a lot, and we take inspiration.
I think travel. We
from a lot of all over the world. Australia right now has got a lot
on
of.
a tear.
They've got a lot of good design coming out of Australia, New Zealand.
Yes.
We have a lot of. We have a couple of magazines.
We work a lot with different fixtures and finishes and things from there. But I think art too. Art is.
Oh yeah, art. That's a good one.
You know, we don't always get to pick art for clients. Sometimes people don't care, they don't get it. But I think internally, like. Yeah. We'll see something and it will really sort of set the tone for the color palette that we're feeling for a space. Or so I feel like art is definitely a big influence as well.
Every project's a different journey in terms of like inspiration. Like, you know,
it just develops, it unfolds on its own. It's like we're sort of just messengers. Like we're kind of, you know what I mean?
We find the
we're
story.
Like passengers on that trip.
We find the story in the home and the homeowner. We find that, you know, we seek it. And then when we get it, you know, then we're finding the inspiration, and through different mediums, you know, whether it be online or magazines, or travel, but yeah, it just comes.
Yeah. Okay, so this bathroom we completely gutted and reimagined. The entrance was here, but it used to have a sink across this way and absolutely no storage. So we created this whole custom millwork area where we have our towels and toiletries. We imported this sink. It's by Cocoon. It weighs
900 pounds.
900 pounds. It took like, I don't even know how many guys to move it, but I absolutely love it. It was, you know, I think we had to do a bunch of stuff in the floor to make it secure. We did the micro cement throughout, which is just super easy to clean, and what is it? It's like stain resistant, mildew resistant.
Yeah.
We love it. But huge transformation in here, and it's like my dream bathroom.
And one thing is, the way we designed it is, we don't like to have a messy. One thing in our previous bathroom was there was a lot of clutter, especially coming, you know, I'm not pointing fingers, but there was a lot of things out. So the way we designed this was to keep this clean and was to have our area, each have individual areas behind us. That way we can like turn, reach, get what we need, and then, you know, keep our area clean here.
Because this is one solid block of
Yeah,
stone.
so, and you know, in this way we've just kind of like, you know, it's just a way to keep minimizing clutter,
mess.
essentially, yes.
And so yes, you come into this door, it gives you total privacy within this sort of like bathroom suite, we can call it. And then you walk into the wet room, which again was completely reimagined. This used to be a very large shower. We now turned it into a toilet. The tub, it was here still. Oh, the toilet used to be here, and there was a window there. So we put in a window, amazing new lighting. The tub also we got from Cocoon, all the fixtures, and continued the micro cement up through it. And it's like my favorite place to hang out. I take multiple baths a day almost. So like any excuse I can, I'm in the tub, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and one thing I would like to point out is we like the European style of bathroom where the toilet is in a separate room. I know in America you like to have the toilet and the bath next to each other.
Yeah, they love to see it.
Yeah, when Chris is trying to relax, the last thing she needs is me taking a pee next door.
You don't want to have that.
So we like to have a separate room. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, so now it's separate. And yeah, I mean, I take baths, I light candles, I look out the window, see deer all the time. It's like this is my favorite room. So we created this little nook for me. It's got all of my closets and this little vanity, which I love. I get ready at every day. Just all my special things in one place. And again, James, I don't let him pass that threshold. Once I'm in here, he doesn't bother me.
And one thing to note as well is we built in blinds in here as well. So I can show you, I don't know if that's important or not, but if you hit a button, they should close. And again, it's not really necessary, but in the winter, when there's no foliage and maybe there's landscapers outside, we might close the blinds.
Yeah, but this is my favorite area. It's really, really relaxing, and I love all the wood. We kept the wood ceiling, and James had this idea of bringing it through into the new area, and I think it's really impactful, you know, the two materials. And again, you see this color palette throughout our house.
And then through here...
Oh, and these are all James's closets.
Oh, these are my 3 closets. And then through here we have a pool room. All right, so welcome to the pool room. It was weird, when we bought the house, we really didn't like the idea of having an indoor pool, and we were concerned that we wouldn't use it or it wouldn't be of use, but it's actually a great indoor pool, and the way it's, you know, designed with these wood beams and ceilings, it's actually attractive, and we do use it. My son loves to use this pool, and Christine also
in the winter,
uses
we're
it.
in the hot tub constantly.
Yeah, the hot tub's great.
We've got like what's our new tradition? Every Christmas day, our whole family squeezes into the hot tub.
Yeah.
We drink champagne, make a day of it.
And what's nice is when the weather's nice or when it's snowy is we can open everything up. So you have this real nice in-out feel, which is great, especially with the kiddos.
We added this deck. Before, it was really strange the way they had it landscaped. It was just the pool and dead grass. So by adding this deck, we've created more of like an in-out experience. And James and I will sit here, and our son will jump around like a lunatic, and it's really, it's like such a great space to hang out in.
Definitely. I would say, we've been living here for how many years now?
6.
6. And I still get surprised in like, you know, little visuals, like looking at a certain thing in a different way, but also just the landscape, looking out the windows, I think is one of my favorite things, and the different times of day, how it changes the space, the different light. You know, obviously in the fall it's so red and beautiful, and then when spring comes, it's magical. In the winter, it's incredible. So every season it's just looking at like it's just an ever-changing painting, and I never tire of it.
That's what you love most?
I mean, obviously I love the home, but I'm so content sitting, by a window with a coffee, just looking out. It's just, you
still get awed by it.
Yeah, I just love it. But
I think the light is always changing the views of the house. I think what I love most about this house is sort of, it's the first place outside of New York that like really feels like home.
Right.
You can tell all the pieces, all the furniture, all the rugs and blankets and art and plants, and I think they're all a collection of our travels and moments that we've had with our son. And I love being able to look around and see different things and kind of flash back and remember where we got it from or what that process was. I think that's really, this house lends to that. Like it's really the perfect backdrop for all the pieces that we've collected throughout the years.
Yeah. And I like different things in different times of the year. Like in the winter, I love our family room.
You love it all. It's his one true love, as I said. But I love my bathroom, but you're, not when you're in it.
Oh, true. I'm not allowed to go inside.
You're not. Not now.
All right, so this is the outdoor area off the pool. So originally there was nothing here, just dirt. So we essentially got all these, they're called Mexican beach stones or Mexican beach pebbles here. And we added this, and we actually landscaped this and did this.
But full discrepancy.
Disclosure.
We are not landscape architects.
Correct.
We do not know what we're doing.
But we gave it a solid try.
We did the best we could. And
I think we did good.
It's okay. It's every year it's filling in more.
We really kind of lent into the kind of, has like a Japanese garden feel to it, especially with this fern here that kind of creeps over and it kind of creates this organic
Isn't it
arch.
Fir?
Fir, yeah.
Not fern.
In England we call it something different. I always say that if I get it wrong. But yeah, I think we definitely captured that kind of Japanese vibe, Japanese garden vibe.
Wanted to make it like an oasis.
Yeah,
I love it.
It looks great at night too. We've got all this beautiful lighting. We've got an outdoor shower behind you just there, which we use quite a lot actually.
Especially for the dogs.
Dogs, and also if we come back from the beach and we're all sandy, we jump in the shower over there. But it's definitely an improvement on our entrance, this landscaping.
Our curb appeal.
Yes, definitely.
That no one sees.
Yes. So when we first came to this house, I don't think we had a vision. I think, like Chris mentioned, I think it was like, of course, whenever you buy a new home, you immediately have all these ideas. Like, let's do this, let's do that. We had lots of ideas. But it just sometimes it takes time to know the home and know the house, to really know what we're going to do and what we're going to change. We knew we were going to do something on the outside because it was pretty bare and barren.
Well, the house hadn't been lived in either, regularly. So,
True.
There was tons and tons and tons of landscaping to be done and just overall maintenance to make the house function again.
Yeah, the previous owners, this was a weekend home for them, so they would maybe come up once or twice a year. So the house didn't get didn't get the love.
It wasn't loved.
Yeah, that it needed.
There's a lot of stuff we had to do.
Yes,
a lot,
yes.
And a lot of unfun stuff.
Lots
we
of
had
unfun
to
stuff.
Put in a generator and, But yes, when we first came to the house, I think the biggest aha moment for us was not necessarily outside, but when you first opened the doors and you're walking into that living room. I think that hit us both like a ton of bricks. We were like, we're done. That view alone really sort of set the pace for the whole transaction. Like we immediately fell in love with the house.
Definitely.
So yes, less curb appeal, maybe more of the interior we really resonated with.
Well, actually, you pretty much gave us the biggest compliment. You do this, for a job, and you see all these wonderful homes, and you gave us a very nice compliment about our home, and
people have a lot to say about some people.
It's not everyone's cup of tea.
No, but for us, it's the best compliment I got. Somebody that I know very well visited for the first time, and I was at a dinner party with a lot of her fabulous friends, and she said to me that when she thinks of me as a person, she feels like this house is a perfect representation of my personality. That it's very on brand for James and I.
For me, actually, it was my dad. My dad's a tough cookie. He doesn't give out compliments ever. And as a son, you always want your father's approval or praise. So when he came to visit, he told me it was the nicest house he'd ever seen, and that meant a lot to me. That was definitely a great compliment. Yep. So it's wonderful. We can go down to the pond and we can go down and take a look around there. It's a beautiful, piece of landscape down there that we've been working really hard at over the years. And we found that we'd love to hang out down there, but it was always a struggle to bring everything down there and bring everything back and gather down there. So we added a container which we use as kind of like a hub where we can entertain from and cook from, and it's like a bar almost. And we've just, over the years...
It's not almost a bar.
It is a bar. It is a bar. And it's great now. Everyone can hang out there. We have dinners down there,
and
TV,
you guys watch
oven.
Formula One.
Yeah, it's a great place to hang out now. And beyond that, you go a bit further into the woods, and we were lucky enough when we purchased this home that it was already a structure there. And when we appeared inside, it was obviously very derelict, but there was power in there, water there. It just had been unloved for many, many, many years. Right. So we renovated it, and now it's just this beautiful additional structure that we use sometimes for guests, but it's a studio and to work from, and just family. So we're very fortunate to have that.
Yeah. I think for me, what makes this house a home is all the things that we've collected together that are in it. We have all these different areas, and we've created all these communal spaces to sort of spend time with family, and we have a gazillion outdoor seating areas and different living rooms. And I think for us, since James and I and our son were the only ones here, my family's in Chicago, his family is in England and Wales, so we've created all these spaces to have family and have these different moments. And so we have all these new traditions in this house that we never had before. And I think that's what makes this house feel really, homey to me and special.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Chris is spot on. Just everything, every component. I think as well, for
your grill.
Yeah, well, obviously there's a lot of aspects of the home that make it feel like a home, like just the cozy family room, the fireplace, and like Chris said, all our objects and everything. But I also think it's just the sweat equity that we put into this, just the time and the thought and everything that we put into the home just makes it feel so much more.
It's like, I can't imagine.
So much more rewarding for me anyway, knowing all the work we put into it, and then
it feels very on brand for us. Like our son especially, I can't imagine him growing up anywhere else. Like this house is.
I can't believe he gets to grow up like this. I didn't grow up like this.
Neither of us did, but
I grew up on a farm.
He really thinks this is like his home, and we're just. Catering to him in it, but
we told him we were going to sell it, and he had a heart attack.
Yeah, this feels like where he's supposed to be. I don't know how to explain that any better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a wonderful family home. I think it's a place where you make memories as well. I think all the memories that we're making here, and we're super conscious of it. Like every moment, like we really enjoy and relish and capture.
It's not a. I wouldn't classify it as a party house, but we definitely entertain in this house.
Yeah.
And it's a place that, all of our son's friends, they want to come here, and we go fishing, and we swim in the pond, or we swim in the pool, and it's definitely a gathering place for people.
We've made a space where people can gather and where we can make memories.
Come here, and we go fishing, and we swim in the pond, or we swim in the pool, and it's definitely a gathering place for people.
We've made a space where people can gather and where we can make memories.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.